Welcome back to Movie Recap Bucket. Today, we're delving into a 2019 horror drama film titled Down. Spoilers are ahead, so proceed with caution. Jennifer, one of the last people in the office on a Friday night, is preparing to catch a flight to New York for an extended Valentine's Day weekend with her ex-fiancé. She hurriedly writes him an email, grabs a handful of candy, and leaves her office. Meanwhile, a coworker named Guy is also wrapping up his workday. Fate brings them together at the elevator. Jennifer enters on the 49th floor, and Guy joins her on the 42nd. Guy attempts to strike up a conversation, even showing her an etching on the elevator wall. Jennifer responds politely, but seems uninterested in engaging further. Suddenly, the elevator comes to a halt. Despite their efforts to use the keys and hit the alarm button, nothing works, although the electricity in the elevator remains on. Guy tries to force the door open, but to no avail. They attempt to draw attention to their predicament by waving at the fully operational camera, but no one responds. Adding to their predicament, their phones have no service as they are 4 stories underground. Jennifer grows increasingly anxious about missing her flight and wonders about the building's security. 15 minutes later, they resort to calling out for help and banging on the door. But their pleas go unheard. The idea of an escape hatch crosses Guy's mind. Awkwardly, he hoists her onto his shoulders to check the elevator ceiling. She hurts her hand a little while banging on it, so he gently sets her down. An hour later, Jennifer comes to the realization that she'll miss her flight. Despite Guy's attempts to lighten the mood with humor, she gives in to frustration, cursing everything and everyone. They finally introduce themselves, continuing the friendly banter that Guy initiated the moment he stepped into the elevator. As Jennifer doesn't have any water in her thermos, Guy offers her his bottle. They joke about cracking open the wine he has with him instead. Finding humor in the fact that they both have bottle openers in their bags, they share a laugh. They decide against opening the wine, but she gratefully accepts his water, considering it a consolation prize for the lack of food. Jennifer shares some candy with Guy, suggesting they should save their rations as they might be stuck in the elevator until Tuesday. 4 hours in, Jennifer needs to relieve herself, but is too embarrassed to do so in front of Guy. He suggests she use his coat in the corner or her thermos. With Guy's eyes closed and ears covered, she finally relieves herself. Afterward, she adds to the drawing on the elevator wall. Later, they pass the time playing a game and sharing personal details. Guy confides that he is so consumed with his work that no one would be looking for him. Jennifer relates to his sentiment, revealing that she had planned to surprise someone in New York, but doubted they wanted her there. Guy suggests it's time to open the wine, handing it to her. They toast to their survival. Much later, they find solace in drawing each other and growing closer. The gentleman admits to having seen her before in their office building, but chose not to disclose this initially to avoid seeming like a stalker and causing discomfort. To his surprise, she takes the revelation in stride and even finds humor in it. They complete their drawings and present them to one another. Her portrait of him leans towards humor, while his is more serious in nature. Jennifer apologizes and snaps a photo of the drawing, joking that she'll use it as her profile picture if they survive their predicament. Their conversation shifts to food, and, given their shared hunger, she requests a change in topic. He suggests a few alternatives, and she selects the topic of lovemaking. She then points her camera at him and inquires about the most unconventional location he's ever made love. Being somewhat shy, he hesitates, prompting her to share her own story. Jennifer recounts a tale about one of her college boyfriends and the time they were intimate in a library. When it's his turn to share, he still feels reluctant, believing his experiences to be uninteresting. Jennifer encourages him to invent a story. He then spins a tale about an attractive woman who was interested in him during a work picnic. He describes how they had a few drinks, got into a car, and she began to undress while he was driving. He becomes uncomfortable once again, confessing to Jennifer that he became aroused and had to stop. He apologizes, thinking he may have overstepped, but she assures him it's fine. He awkwardly moves closer to her and kisses her, then begins to undress her. They proceed to make love in the elevator afterwards. Guy confesses his feelings to Jennifer, admitting he could fall in love with her. However, Jennifer distances herself, revealing her desire to reunite with her ex. She explains that her trip to New York was intended to surprise her ex and mend their relationship. Although she admits that her time with Guy was enjoyable, she insists on keeping their relationship casual, as her love for her ex is genuine. Jennifer is open about her feelings and past relationship, while Guy believes they share a connection and that her ex is undeserving of her. Jennifer becomes upset, as she still harbors feelings for her ex, and informs Guy that once they exit the elevator, their lives will diverge once more. Despite her words, Guy persists in his belief that they are destined to be together, which leads him to tears. Feeling isolated despite their close quarters, Guy experiences a sudden change. He begins to reveal his true identity, admitting he lied about his job and even his name. He confesses to Jennifer that he didn't just notice her, but observed her every day at work. He presents his phone, showing Jennifer security photos of her along with the times and dates they were taken. He even has a video of her entering the elevator that night. The revelation frightens Jennifer. Guy discloses that he is the building's security guard and expresses his frustration that people like him often go unnoticed. Jennifer failed to recognize him, even though he works at the front desk. He asserts that he knows her better than her ex and admits to orchestrating the events of that night. He then produces a key, unlocking the elevator. Shocked and betrayed, Jennifer threatens to call the police, promising that he will face justice for his actions. He finds her actions disagreeable, so he grabs her, and a struggle ensues. During the struggle, Jennifer's flailing legs break the elevator key. Despite this, the fight continues until she knocks him out with her shoe. Fearful that she may have killed him, Jennifer cautiously approaches him, only for him to suddenly spring up and knock her down. Both of them end up unconscious in the elevator. After some time, Jennifer wakes up to find the man already conscious. She questions him about his actions, to which he responds that his intention was to isolate her from everything else so they could connect on a deeper human level. He claims that their experience was more than just a date, but rather an entire relationship, compressed into a single weekend. As they remain stuck in the elevator, Jennifer is confident that someone will come to rescue them. However, she is disheartened to learn that the man has taken all the shifts for the weekend, and the other two guards won't be coming in until the extended weekend is over. On Tuesday, Jennifer asks about his plans. He chillingly replies that he would rather kill her than return to prison. He insists that he never forced her into anything, but Jennifer counters by accusing him of kidnapping. This accusation sends him into a fit of rage. Once he calms down, he opens the present Jennifer had originally bought for her ex-fiancé. Inside the bag, he finds a shirt and a box. The man puts on the shirt and instructs Jennifer to open the rest of the present. Jennifer opens the box to reveal cigars, along with the necessary tools like scissors and a lighter. He lights a cigar and continues to taunt Jennifer, even suggesting that the thoughtful gifts could have won her ex back. In a cruel twist of irony, he wishes her a happy Valentine's Day. A while later, the man apologizes to Jennifer for frightening her and proposes a reconciliation. He requests another chance and assures her that she can take her time to consider it. He makes a comment about a travel advertisement playing in the elevator, noting that the individuals in the video appear content. He promises to take Jennifer to the resort featured in the ad someday. Disturbed by a malfunctioning neon light in the elevator, he smashes it with Jennifer's thermos. This leads him to realize that the light bulbs beneath the ceiling panels must be replaced occasionally, giving him the idea that he could remove a panel and escape the elevator. As he attempts to pry open a panel with the thermos, Jennifer stands beside him. He requests Jennifer's help to reach the panel, promising to return for her. However, Jennifer suggests that he should assist her instead, as she lacks the strength to lift him. He expresses concern that she might not return for him and might call the police instead. Jennifer reassures him with the answers he wants to hear, persuading him to help her reach the panel. She climbs onto his shoulders and manages to exit the elevator. The man directs her towards a ladder and a door, pleased that they have finally found a way out. Jennifer responds by showing him the middle finger, infuriating him as she ascends the ladder. He devises his own exit strategy from the elevator, tying two pieces of clothing together and slinging them over an elevator beam. As he begins to climb, Jennifer is already heading towards the door. He warns her to run, as he is now intent on pursuing her. As Jennifer approaches the door, he reaches her level and falls, following her. She opens the door, screaming for help, but he quickly grabs her, hurling them both back into the elevator. They fall unconscious. Upon awakening, Jennifer spots the fire sprinklers. Formulating a plan, she attempts to activate the fire alarms by lighting a cigar. When this fails, she resorts to starting a small fire. As the elevator fills with smoke, her assailant wakes up. She reacts swiftly, punching him and breaking his nose. Successfully restraining him with a piece of clothing, she warns him of the impending danger of the fire alarm causing an electrocution. Jennifer then threatens him, forcing him to confess his actions. She turns on her camera, recording herself as she details her knowledge of the events. She then turns the camera towards him, demanding his real name. He reveals himself as John Deakins and confesses to intentionally trapping them in the elevator, even admitting to etching the drawing on the wall. Jennifer pushes him to admit his guilt, and John confesses to trapping and kidnapping her. As she continues to question him, he confesses to the camera all his actions, from striking her head on the ground to throwing her against the wall. Jennifer questions John's motives, and he admits that he only wanted a date with her. He knew that if he had asked her out directly, she would have declined. John then opens up about his past, revealing that he was an ambitious accountant for a large firm before becoming a security guard. He admits that the story about the girl in the car was true, but it had a tragic ending. He missed an exit and drove into a ravine, causing the car to flip 7 times before being halted by a tree. The girl died instantly. John, having the financial means to defend himself, only served 6 months in jail. Upon his release, he could only find employment as a security guard. After a few months, he yearned to reclaim his old self, if only for a little while. Jennifer still doesn't understand why he chose her, to which he replies that it's because she's remarkable. As Monday dawns, they remain trapped. Another security guard, Eddie, brings his new girlfriend to the building to show her the rooftop. Upon entering and not finding John, he checks the security monitors. Eddie spots John and Jennifer trapped in the elevator, rousing them from their sleep. Jennifer pleads with him to free them, and he assures her that he will come down and release them, while his girlfriend dozes off on the couch. Eddie approaches the elevator and forces the doors open with a crowbar. Jennifer is eager to exit, but Eddie insists on fully opening the doors first. As he steps away, John unexpectedly knocks her unconscious. Alerting Eddie of his presence, John receives Eddie's keys. However, when the keys prove ineffective, Eddie offers to climb in and assist. As Eddie is wedged in the elevator, he notices something amiss inside. Suddenly, John activates the elevator, gruesomely bisecting Eddie. Following this, John renders Jennifer unconscious once more. He then transports her to his vehicle and places her in the trunk. Returning to the building, John disposes of Eddie's remains and his clothing. After cleaning himself up, he dons his uniform and slips a cigar into his pocket. Upon reaching the front desk, John eliminates all footage from the security cameras. When Eddie's girlfriend awakens, John eliminates her as well, disposing of her body in the elevator shaft. John then drives Jennifer to a remote location for disposal. He douses a dumpster in gasoline as a precautionary measure. Before opening the trunk, John confesses to Jennifer that he harbors feelings for her and regrets that they couldn't be together. Believing Jennifer to be deceased, John heads towards the dumpster. Seizing the opportunity, Jennifer strikes him over the head, commandeers his vehicle, and speeds off. Upon discovering the lit cigar in the tray, she halts the car. Jennifer then reverses the vehicle, ramming into a petrified John. Exiting the car, she observes John in the dumpster. Jennifer reignites the cigar before departing from the scene. She then flicks the lit bud into the dumpster, tragically setting John ablaze. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications to catch more videos like this one. Thank you for watching.